Good morning, my name is Eduardo Contreras, and today here on DCP, we're going to be talking about a recent study that was done here at Bowie High School. But first, here's Alex with the recent water supply issue that occurred here at Bowie High School just 2 weeks ago. Alex, what can you tell us?
Okay, we're here at the scene right now, and where I'm standing, Bowie brought in porta potties, water bottles, and hand sanitizer for the students to use. The cause of this was the damage of a pipe in the water line system that prevented any water from getting to the restrooms and water fountains. I'm standing here with Pablo, a Bowie senior, who says he was greatly impacted by this. Can you tell me what you did when you heard about this?
Well, I was sitting in class and I had to take a piece, and the teacher said nah, so I got up and left.
Well, where did you go?
Oh, I went to the restroom and the water wasn't working, so I went to the street and I left my mark right there.
Okay, Eduardo, back to you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Here with me, I have Alex and Emma, who recently did a survey for the students at Bowie High School. Tell us, what can you tell me about your survey?
The study that we did at Bowie High School was solely observational. We studied a total of 62 students around Bowie High School in various grades and classes that were randomly selected and given to us by our AQR teacher. In our study, we were trying to prove that the number of hours you work had an effect on your GPA. The explanatory variable of our study was the number of hours you work in a given week. The response variable was GPA because it was dependent on how many hours you work in a week.
By doing this study, we were able to observe whether GPA was affected by how many hours you work, and one possible conclusion that we came up with is that your GPA would be lower if you work more hours. This conclusion could benefit students by showing that if you have a job, you have to take extra time to obtain a higher GPA.
What kind of questions did you ask the students?
We asked what the GPA was, if they worked, if yes, how many hours they worked, if they were whether male or female, what grade they are in, and how well they are.
Based off your study, what was your recent GPA averages?
From this histogram we put together, you can see that overall, out of the 62 total students we surveyed, more students had a 3.0 average GPA. Based off of the data we collected, 18 people didn't know their GPA, 1 person had an average GPA of a 1.0, 5 people had an average GPA of 2.0, 21 people had an average GPA of 3.0, and 17 people had an average GPA of a 4.0.
What was the age of the kids that were surveyed?
Based off of this pie chart, we will conclude that the majority of the students were surveyed were 16 years old. Since most of the classes are juniors and seniors, this explains why the majority of the students surveyed were in this age range.
Did the age of the kids have an effect on their GPA?
We put together a scatter plot to represent the GPA versus age. To our surprise, we found that 14-year-olds didn't know their GPA compared to the many 17 and 18-year-olds who did. The classes we surveyed included some freshman and sophomore classes, but mainly consisted of senior and junior classes. Based off of this, we found that 18 people didn't know their GPA, most of which happened to be in the freshman and sophomore age range, and around 21 people had an average GPA of 3.0, which involved most senior age range students. Our scatter plot has a positive correlation. Out of all the regression models, linear fits our scatter plot best because the R-squared value is closest to 1. An interpolation of our data would be a student having a GPA of a 2.9 and being 15.995 years old. An extrapolation of our data would be a student having a 4.6 GPA and being 17.04 years old.
Did the gender of the students have an effect on their GPA?
On our box and whisker plot above, we have two of them together because we want to contrast the male and female average GPA. The minimum for the boy average is 1. Q1 was 2.6, the median was 3.1, Q3 was 3.55, and the maximum was 4. The minimum for the girl average GPA is 1.68. Q1 was 2.9, the median was 3.4, and Q3 was 3.9, with the maximum being 4.4. Based off these 5 number summaries, the males had lower GPA compared to the females.
Did you ask any other questions that you found interesting?
One of the other questions we asked was what the student's favorite subject was in school. We created a bar graph to represent how many students favored a subject over the other ones. Out of the 62 students we surveyed, a little less than half of the students enjoyed math and science. What was surprising was that social studies and English came in a close tie between the two.
Another question we asked the students was whether they preferred to wear sandals, shoes, or both. From the data we collected on this question, We decided to make a Venn diagram. Over half of the students preferred to wear shoes. Only one person preferred to wear sandals.
What kind of sampling method was your project?
Our project included convenience sampling and random sampling. We had the convenience of being around the students in our school, and they were randomly selected from different ages to different grades.
Well, that concludes our show for today. Thank you for watching DCP, and have a great day.